Welcome to my voiceover reinforcement. This is a segment that I do for my students online and often otherwise, and I include it as a part of my newsletter that I send out 4 times a year to my students. So Happy New Year, too. This is the first newsletter of the new year and the first VO reinforcement. Um, I guess my intention behind the segment is always to remind uh, all of you to use these concepts, to be aware of these concepts in your auditions and on jobs, and to really help you gain that edge. It's a competitive business, and I know from my almost 20 years of doing it now that the more mastery you have of the techniques and the principles and concepts, the better you'll be. Um, and today's concept is the soft sell read. Um, I want you all to realize that the soft sell read is the dominant read in commercial promo voice acting today. It used to be that the hard sell read had a little more presence and prevalence. Those crazy Eddie type reads and the local car dealership reads, which still exist, but not so much anymore. Now it's the soft sell read. It's about kind of just softly explaining, softly pitching a product or a brand. And it's important to understand a couple of the tenets of that read if you certainly want to nail auditions and get jobs. And I want to just remind you all that no matter what your technique is, no matter what you learn in my sessions, if you adhere to those principles and concepts, then you've done what you can do. And many times there are peripheral factors that weigh into the decision process. So stay encouraged, stay optimistic, stay patient, persevere, continue to persevere and show fortitude. Um, so the soft sell read, a couple things to highlight. One, the first sentence has to be captivating. You've got to catch attention in the first sentence. The attention span of the industry is very short. If you don't capture their attention within the first sentence, many times they move on. They don't hear the type of voice they want to hear or the interpretation or something that's captivating or stands out. They're off to the next audition. Two, there should be variation among the sentences. And I often say to my students that I know starting out in voiceover work when I was about 19 years old, um, uh, one of the things I learned right away was that you treat each sentence rather, as if it's the only sentence in the copy. So that's very important. So there should be variation among the sentences. No two sentences should sound the same. If you're going A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, well, that sounds the same. But if you go A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, two different deliveries. Very important, variation among the sentences. Three, phrasing. Very important, how you phrase, how you billboard. For those of you not familiar with phrasing has to do with the words that get emphasized. If I taking the sentence, how well do you sing? That can be phrased 4 or 5 different ways. How well do you sing? 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 And um, when you phrase the sentences, or how you phrase the sentences, really can actually impact the meaning of the sentences. So that's important to understand and comprehend. Finally, you have to be conversational. And in my sessions, I teach tools to help you guys be more conversational. Being conversational has a lot to do. It's not just being casual and laid back. When we're conversational, we're momentary in our thoughts. We're talking, we're talking, and then it's like, oh, let me tell you this and let me tell you that. And our thoughts are very momentary, so something to keep in mind. That's why I teach the spur of the moment and mental insert technique. So the piece that I have in front of me is Lindt chocolate. I'm going to hope my iPad here cooperates so so that I can actually give you guys a sense of this. But here goes Lindt chocolate. What does it mean to have choices? An elegant dinner date, an evening with friends, a relaxing night, and you get the drift. In fact, it really isn't about the choices, but the choice. What is your choice of chocolate for the night? Can you taste the difference in purity, intensity, and richness? Lindt. Master the art of refinement. You can hear the subtle changes in the sentences there. You could hear the phrasing. You could hear the sense of being a little conversational there and really trying to make that first sentence stand out. And these are the things you guys should be employing with probably 90% of the copy you get, particularly if that copy says in the directions, soft sell. See you guys in the sessions, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.